and he was talking about. He said those. What he was talking about, the extreme consciousness that he had with him and
Oh
King.
yeah,
Yeah, King Lowe's
you talking
back.
about the first round?
Yeah, and he was
Yeah, that
on
was when
Vlad
I was
talking
going.
crazy.
Yeah,
He was like, "Man, I
yeah,
don't
it's funny.
understand why it was called off." Like that was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It seemed like it crazy. I don't know, but it seemed like it when they was, because I'm like, damn, like something went wrong and nobody, like, where's it boiled down to? And I'm just like, man, and that's funny too because I think that's what made King Los like frustrated about it, and I guess they like was trying to tell him like, see, this is the bullshit you got to deal with when you're in this battle rap. Like this shit behind the scenes, they do some stupid ass shit like this that you got to deal with. King Los, like he was just like, man, this shit ain't shit's stupid. Like you can't just battle. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
So
didn't he battle a guy named Ice?
yeah, Ice
Yeah.
that he replaced him. Yeah, he's because it's remember his first round was to the DayLht. And he was throwing all because and it's funny too because he said highly professional because I remember he did that on the LA Leakers freestyle, and people were like, "Man, did he freestyle this or not?" I'm like, no, he actually wrote. They actually wrote that, but because he actually was talking about it, he was like, "Yeah, that's the first time I wrote. I wrote something like that in a long time." He said, "Usually I freestyle, but that was the first time I wrote." And he before that LA Leakers freestyle, he actually did that same rap on the like one of the RBE channels when they were like whoever like had the card of battle rappers that night, and then afterwards they would chill up in the parking lot and whatnot and just move on. But he actually did that freestyle that same over there. It kind of had a little bit different lyrics, but they're pretty much actually the same. But that LA Leakers freestyle was crazy. That shit was nuts.
So, do y'all
Yeah,
think
I don't know.
DayLht gonna win?
You said who?
Y'all think DayLht got a chance against King Low?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got a
so
chance.
I think so. To me, I don't know. I'm not aware of like all of his, like most of his stuff.
I'm aware. I
I've
slept on
only heard like one or
all the way
two,
until
and I
that
feel like
nigga
he
dropped
probably
that.
has other ranges that he can go to. But
That
from
nigga
what I've
got
seen,
range.
yeah, I've already said this. See, to me, I think DayLht has similar range, if not almost the same as King Los. But just to me, King Los is more impressive when he goes to the like he can do that to me and do it more impressive. And then
There's a lot of battle
the way
rappers
he
better than
breaks
King
down
Lo
scientifically,
in
breaks
that
down
Mm-hmm.
that
scenes
that
and
that
stuff,
URL
and then
shit.
he can always go in his freestyle battle because he did this freestyle battle in that third round against Ice, if y'all remember. And
That
but
was a while ago.
and
Yeah, I remember, but it was like
yeah,
a
that
while
was
ago.
yeah.
So I already know.
I
I already
To me,
know
it's like a boxing match.
LB. I already know LB. He 100% all in
Yeah,
with
I'm not.
DayLht.
I don't like. I don't really like. I'm not into battle rap like I used to be. Like during like the J Mills murder, Mook Reed Dollars, all that era. Like that's when I was into it.
yeah,
I
I feel
think
you.
this decade it got silly. So it's like
Yeah, just like
with
Sino
all the
said one
tag team
time,
and shit and all that shit.
I
Like
agree with Sino. Like battle rap has changed. It's just like because back then and whatnot, it used to be more of like you
it's
would
more
have to battle
antics.
somebody on the spot, and you would have to like that pressure would build more, and
Mm-hmm.
so now you got more
They wouldn't
time.
have to battle on the spot back then either. Like all that shit was like on DVD and all that shit was like scheduled. Same way like it is now.
No,
This
I'm
shit,
talking
this
Nah,
about
shit's
no.
more
I ain't
you
talking
had
about that. I'm talking about you had to battle like on the spot. Like it would just jump off like right there, a
yeah,
cipher.
yeah, yeah. Like
You know what I'm saying?
you
And
had
that
some of
turned
your
into a
yeah.
battle.
you would have some of your battles that would jump up on the spot, but then there was a lot of them that was like scheduled like later. Like
But
they
even
like meet me at this spot in Harlem, meet me at this spot in Brooklyn,
But
or
I'm
but even
saying
some
though,
of those
even
just
though,
uh,
even those were there, those were different. Like you had to, like you were penalized for
hmm
saying something written.
right.
You know what I'm saying? If your other
oh
man is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
finishing
yeah,
your
yeah. I'm not
That
talking
lines,
pressure
about the
would be
written
there.
shit.
Because you would be in a store and they would be.
I'm not talking about them preparing, like talking about writing. I'm talking about them like you know, like they're giving them prep time or whatever to like breathe or whatever. Like sometimes like it was just like that, like. Cause I remember like people that I knew like went out to the thing live, like Jay Mills and Murder Mook and shit.
See, I remember the one like Murder Mook and who was it? Sirius Jones, and
Yeah,
that was kind of like okay, they going at it because you can see people responding being like, no, that shit trash or boo. You can feel the pressure in the building, like because there's only like a certain amount of like 40, 50 people, so you're feeling that extra pressure when you're in like. You know, the battle rap that you see now, it's got a whole stage, a whole thing, and then they're like, hey, everybody calm down. You ain't have all that shit. You had to get it. You ain't have
like,
no
all this new URL shit. See, I grew up on Smack DVD. Like, there's new shit is the URL shit where they like the stage.
You gotta say it like,
they got money now. I'm like, they got money now. Like, okay.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at it. I just don't be running to the battles like that. Like
I'm not into the because like a lot of it. I've watched a couple, but like even the couple I've watched the last 2-3 years, I don't watch it now. So but I wasn't too crazy. Like,
why do you think LB? Why do you think DayLht can win? I mean, you don't see this as a slaughter?
It's because DayLht. I slept on that nigga because I thought he was like goofy. But then, like, when he cut out the antics, like he don't do none of that shit no more. This nigga could really go. I'll be like, okay.
So, question LB, how if you could, I know it's you probably have to look into it, but how you think it might go?
It might come down to the final round.
Like, how you think that because that's where I'm at with it.
I think it's over. I think it's over when they made the date.
Say about DayLht, there's nothing that you can say about DayLht that hasn't been said already. That's what I'm saying. Like, niggas said everything about DayLht because DayLht is like he a weirdo nigga. So it's like we heard everything.
That's what I'm saying. A weirdo is already food for King Los.
Yeah.
No. And then this ain't like a weirdo nigga that like don't know how to like rap. Like this weirdo nigga knows how to like this nigga be cooking niggas. Like he's cooked niggas. Like I'm like
it is because I seen the one battle where everybody was in the background.
You talking about the one like crazy. How many he's done?
No, but I'm saying that if a lot more is like that, then I'm not gonna be too, crazy.
That's why niggas be trolling Loaded Lux like you running away from the smoke.
Yeah, they were supposed to do that. They were supposed to do that a year ago.
This and that. You don't want to battle me.
But I understand.
No, I mean I understand what Lux was coming from. Lux is coming from because they were supposed to do this like New Year's. It was like New Year's last year for 2020.
Some shit. Like
it was 2020, like New Year's around that time. I remember it was supposed to kick off in like that summer. They was talking like we're gonna do it in March, and then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, that really did it. It wasn't Loaded Lux at all. They didn't have the whole thing put together, and then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, that shut down everything in New York. Like, they ain't opened nothing back up yet, really. So they was like, and the people was messing around, was like, oh, we gonna do this. He's like Lux is like, well, all right, where the bag? When y'all talking about this, he's like, if they ain't talking about having the bag, and there's a lot of people, they ain't, they ain't good with their business.
The main issue with Loaded Lux. Like, money, like, he been bringing up, like, the money thing.
Right. He's smart. And I understand he ain't running.
People think he using that as, like, to run away from the smoke or whatever.
No, he got a point.
And I don't think that's the case, but it felt that way when he went on Joe's podcast and explained it. I was like, wait a minute.
No, he just want to get paid. I understand. He want look, man, these dudes making a lot of money off us. I want to get a bag. And I understand. I understood everything he was saying.
Feel like, but then you'll talk about another rapper, and it's like, wait, what is going on, bro? Like I don't know. Like Loaded Lux, he a good battle rapper, but he's lost sometimes. I think he lost to Murder Mook like a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, Mook is a problem. Well, he was when he was on his battle rap mode. Mook was a problem for a while.
Yeah, I think Murder
Yeah.
Mook.
Yeah, he earned my
It was
respect
in
after the
2014.
Then
the first time I seen him was the Serious Jones. I was like, okay.
yeah, and they wanted
You know,
Cass to battle
learned some
Mook
stripes.
and all that. I remember that Cass and Mook was supposed to battle, and then they did that song together, and Cassidy just destroyed him on that song. I was
And
like,
the rumor.
Wait,
came
so
out that
Los and Cassidy faced versed each other in the battles before, like way back, or is that like a? Because that seemed to be a thing that people are saying it's a lie. Some people are saying it's a lie.
it's a lie. They never
saying,
battled.
I
I don't think Cass battled.
Okay.
Mook. I mean, I don't think
Cass never battled Los.
Los.
No, he never battled Los.
No, I don't think you're right.
Never battled King Los.
Cassidy wasn't like he wasn't on like the battle rap DVDs like that. He was like too mainstream at that time.
Yeah, because I mean, dog, he was Swiss first artist. Swiss wasn't playing.
Yeah.
He signed him
'cause I
immediately, and then he battled Freeway because Jay-Z set that execution up because Jay-Z was filled. They had just left Hot 97, and they had just was like, yeah. That time they went in there and did it for like 3 hours and tore up the whole booth.
What was that again?
I remember hearing that live.
Wasn't it like a garage or something?
Yeah,
It was the Rockefeller radio.
Yeah, over there
Like they was in the garage
with Funk
battling each
Flex.
other.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Rockefeller radio on Hot 97. Beanie Siegel was going fucking ballistic on that shit.
yeah, and then they had
I remember that shit because I called up, like my homeboy called me and he talking about turn the fuck, like yo Cassidy about to battle Freeway. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Cass battling Freeway, like after they had the video of it, and that's what made it worse because they wanted to prove
the
a
video
point.
made it worse. I
Yeah.
remember hearing that shit live on the radio station, like because because Freeway he was going on a tear too in the booth. Then he called out niggas to come to this booth and shit, and Cassidy was in the area because I think it was like McDonald's or some shit.
No, Swiss was there. Swiss was there and we're talking with
Swiss,
Jay.
Yeah. I think Swiss brought him up there. Like Swiss
Yeah,
hit him up.
he brought him up there. He's like, I got the best rapper out of Philly. He told Jay, I got the best rapper out of Philly. Now, and Jay got Oskino in there. He got Beans. He's like, I got the best rapper in Philly right here. He was like, for real? And he was like, yeah, Cassie. I just signed him. He like, I signed him. He my artist. He was like, he'll destroy anybody, and all that. He was like, hey, free. Jay was like, free. They say they got the best rapper in Philly right here. He was, what?
Yeah, that sounds like
I don't remember what came out
Jay instigated it.
Those days.
I don't remember.
That sounds like those days where they. Oh, go ahead. I'll be my bad.
I remember when Cassidy talked about it. He said he was like Swiss hit him up because he was at McDonald's and shit, like in that area of like where the building is at.
Yeah, he told him to come in there. That's what Swiss called him. He came in and Swiss brought him up. He's like, come in there. I'm in Hot 97. He was like, where you at? He was at the McDonald's. He came in there. He was like, yo, I was just at the local McDonald's. He's like, yo, I got the best rapper in Philly right here. And as soon as he said that, Jay brought Free. Free. Hey, Free. He could have grabbed Beans.
Yeah, because Free was feeling himself that night because Free called out niggas. Free called him out. He was calling out people.
Yeah, man. He got over there. Plus, Free was getting ready to drop his album. So they was really finna, Bean's second album was coming. Their Free album was coming, and they had like hits after hits.
Was that before? I don't remember. Was that before Philadelphia Freeway or after?
This is before it. Freeway didn't have his album out yet. So,
okay. And Cassidy, I'm trying to remember, did Big Business, his verse for Big Business,
I was just thinking of that.
Before that, or was that after?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that was before, because I remember Cassidy got known for
he got known for that battle.
Even our Doghouse got a backyard. Like, everybody remembers that one line. Like, and that
Jada is on there too.
Yeah. Even my Doghouse got a backyard. It was like, who's this Cassidy nigga?
Yeah, I remember
them times. Then the Freeway and Cash shit happened.
See, I remember those times, like, cause
I remember
think I
that
might have
battle,
been.
man, and it was so bad. They had no beat, no nothing, and he just tore him out. And Freeway was
Freeway
like,
needs a beat.
yeah, he was like, yo, man,
Yeah.
yo, put on a
And
beat.
he was on fire after that.
Freeway
on a
can go
beat.
if he had a beat. Freeway can
Cassidy
go.
was-
He can't rap
was-
without a beat.
Cass
That's the
lit
thing
him up
about
so
Freeway.
bad, and Jay was just sitting there because Jay was embarrassed. Swiss looked at
Nigga, crack
Jay.
your head like a sunflower.
Yeah,
Shit.
and Jay just walked off. Jay just walked off, and he just left him out there.
Cass ran
No,
with
that I don't know what was
He
worse.
was on a run.
I don't know what was worse. Swiss bringing up Freeway or on the band the full version of Diddy bringing up Jay Mills to Elliot Ness, dog.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
That shit was like,
What was he just, dog? He brought him to the slaughter. That's all.
I was like, dog, Diddy's look on his face, this nigga was like just wiping his face, like, fuck, what the fuck did I just do? Motherfuck your mother and fuck your pops, fuck everything you live for, and fuck everything you hot. You standing right next to the first shot, you gonna be standing there like, damn Diddy, he got knocked the fuck out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, he was going off, man. It was
I'm
was
the
a
reason
bad
why
one.
Michael Irvin and Darryl Strawberry can't stay clean.
Yeah.
Hey, Cena, we was also talking about similar to that. We was basically going down like from like the 2011, 2009 when, you know, J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake and Big Sean, all those guys, and we was talking about Wale and all those guys. But I was gonna ask, like, you know, what you think about like those guys, and maybe who's been the top and who's been able to, like, you know, been the better of those guys.
I
like,
mean,
you know.
I mean, Drake would be the top
Drake for
guy.
sure.
Drake is. I was just gonna say
I don't like to say that, but that's what it
Like
is.
a top five.
That's the thing, though, man. I don't understand like why people don't. They hate to put Drake
Because
there.
he ushered in the soft era. He made these niggas simps, dog. It started with him. He a
No, it
simp ass
wasn't. These dudes were simps before that.
No, they wasn't. I
Yes.
I never met a simp in real life until the Drake niggas came along.
I was telling
y'all some simp ass.
All
we was
these
talking
rappers
about,
are simps. They was just playing tough.
I heard about simps. I heard about simps. Like
They were just playing like they was
myth or
tough.
some shit, like a story, nigga.
All these Bow Wow was a simp. Lil Romeo simps. These dudes was simps.
Sniping them, dog. You gotta respect this sniper game. You gotta respect it.
but see, you know, we came
Simps.
to talking about Wale, and because, you know, I brought him up, and, you know, we kind of had our opinions, and, you know, I was telling him about, like, his mixtape run was kind of underrated.
Oh,
Like,
Wale is
some of the
always
stuff
gonna
he
do
had.
stuff that's
I don't
underrated.
like Wale like that.
You
I
said-
mean, Wale
was.
is like, he believes his songs are better than what they are. The person that I felt bad for, because they jacked his whole style and everybody was running with it. Meek Mill was the first one to take his style and really, like, use
Ace
it.
Hood.
Ace Hood.
Ace-
I was just gonna say
Ace
that
Hood,
because he the one
I
got.
looked at them like two different
I got
styles.
Big Crit, Ace Hood, and Wale, one of my.
I looked at them
Yeah.
like two different styles.
Those
I listened
guys.
to Ace Hood too, but Ace Hood didn't have like his own flow until like years later. That song was like the hustle hard flow. He wasn't rapping like that before. He was rapping like the.
I don't know, because Ace don't fold.
Well, I'm talking about when Ace Hood was on,
there.
dog. Ace Hood put everybody, like, he put Khaled on the map.
Ace Hood had
He
a
made
dead
Rick Ross
trigger.
hot. He
know,
made
man.
Meek Mill hot.
Yeah.
He made all these dudes hot, man. Meek
You don't
did
remember
the
that
song
mixtape
with
he
him.
had with DJ Khaled?
No, he
Before he got
did.
on?
Cause Ace Hood was long gone by then. It's like that nigga had like a period where he wasn't nowhere near around, and this nigga just pops
No,
up.
that
like
was
around
2007.
2012.
Because then this 2000. I'm
Yeah,
talking about 2000.
Dude, when everybody-
Came out with that mixtape.
Dude, he set the blueprint. When he
Matter
came
of
out,
fact, you know
Lil
what killed
Wayne
him?
started
Matter of fact, you know what
rapping
killed him?
and doing songs like Ace Hood. And then Meek
You know
Mill
what-
took that, and then every artist in the world started copying that style. that Ace Hood had. Not
No,
Yeah.
this is
secondhand.
the thing.
They
No,
asked
I
you about
noticed
that on
the
Drink
flow
Champs
that
too.
everybody had was the melodic flow, but they put it with like they used the future flow on some records, but instead of it being melodic, they know how to make themselves melodic and lyrical. Because I remember when Meek and Nicki did it on Dope Dealer. Like when they did it on that song Dope Dealer, and like because the future flow was like kind of popular, and this is why I
Yeah.
said the Migos did not follow that shit. Like Future followed that shit.
I don't really. I mean,
Migos did not follow that shit. That's what I was like, what's niggas talking?
Well, that's the thing. They Future and Amigos, they style is so different to me. I don't understand why people think they the same. They don't. What
They
Future
not. They
do,
try to
Future?
say that they try to compare the two. I'm like, no, they like there's a difference
there is
between
a
the two.
complete difference between the Migos and Future. Period. I can hear it clear as day. Future,
Yeah.
he does an entirely different thing. Like Mask Off is probably like the Migos. If they did Mask Off, it wouldn't even sound like that. It wouldn't.
I could
It would
go
sound
back earlier
entirely
than
different.
that. Like Future's first song, like Tony Montana and Same Damn Time and all
Right.
that shit. Like
Same damn time.
that was my
you
shit.
said wait. So Cena, you said Wale took Ace Hood flow too?
No.
Nah.
Because I
I was
always
just
felt like he
saying.
was DC
No.
go-go type of style.
Yeah.
I hate
I'm just saying
go-go.
Wale's style has been bitten. Like people been biting
Oh, you
Wale.
said-
Yeah, when Wale was first came out and Wale was hitting, everybody was biting
I
Wale.
didn't like Wale.
Kanye West started to bite him. Kanye bit him.
Was it 2007? His first, not first mixtape, but that was like,
Ace Hood came
more
out
about
in
nothing.
06, 07, like 07, I think.
Kanye was the
Oh,
first
oh,
person I
Wale, he
seen
didn't
that
have
bit
flow.
Wale.
He didn't have that flow until Hustle Hard, and that was like 3-4 years later.
I'm telling you,
Remember,
he had that flow earlier.
for like a couple
He
years.
had that flow on Ace Don't Fold. I think it's called the mixtape. It was like in 2007.
The
And,
mixtape that
Khaled.
made him popular was the Starvation mixtape.
No, but what I'm saying is Ace Don't Fold. When Khaled introduced him, he was like Ace Hood. And he was bringing him out.
Khaled's fault.
And he was freestyling. No, but what I'm saying is he was freestyling on those beats that was hot at the time, and he was doing those similar type of flows. I think that one of the songs I heard, I was like, this always been Ace Hood. So when you're saying about
I never
Hustle Hard, I'm like, no, he did that on one of the songs. Which I can
But
look
this
at it
is
and
the
see.
problem, though. Nobody listened to the goddamn shit because this nigga's been gone for like 3-4 years. Hustle Hard came out, what, like 2011?
11? Yeah, I think so, because that's when Blood, Sweat, and Tears came out.
There was like a 4-year gap where like that nigga was nowhere to be found. And Khaled Khaled didn't know what to do with him.
Well, Khaled was going broke because what's the name? Baby wasn't paying.
Song too? I woke up in the new Bugatti. Was that Ace Hood song too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that song, then he had Hustle Hard. I was like, okay, and then he cooled off again, and then the worst thing could ever happen to him that killed his career was the rollie falling off his wrist on BET Awards.
That ruined his career. When
That
that
ruined it was a wrap.
Ruined his career.
It twisted off and fell.
What happened?
The rollie bezel fell off his wrist.
That bezel fell off. That was it. Because they was like, bezels don't even fall like that. Jacob didn't make it.
I think I did
remember that shit.
Back at that time.
Uncle Murder roasted him. What's there? That watch wasn't real, homie. Jacob didn't make it.
Dog, that shit had me in tears, my nigga. Because Bow Wow just looked at him like Bow Wow and who was it? Bow Wow and Russell Simmons' daughter, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa didn't even act like she wanted to look. She was like, y'all is he for real right now? Because she used to this. She used to that shit. So, like.
I think he's still doing his thing, though. He still got his own, lane.
One of those moments, it's like when you bring out the black dude meme, and this is the moment. He knew. He fucked up. It was like that.
Hell, man. I'm going to tell you right now, everybody loving Travis Scott. Travis Scott stole his stuff from Wale. That's nothing but Wale. Dog, they stole Kanye.
Travis Scott is cooler. Like, this is the thing with Travis Scott, because I told Andrew this earlier. Travis Scott, he got, like, more like swag appeal to him, and a lot of his fan base is sneakerheads. And
Yeah.
you know, he got like a lot of fucking shoes with Nike and Jordan.
Yep.
So a lot of his Astro World shit, a lot of people show up to that shit because they think he's gonna do like surprise sneaker drops and shit like that. But they love his music too. So he got like both avenues for the people, the young people that love his music in the sneaker world and shit.
Yeah, he certainly do.
Like this shit sell out like that in seconds. Like
So Cena, you basically saying like, you know, what LB saying, like you took that type of, you know, from Huawei, like the sneakers and stuff like that. When I think of Travis, I think of like him.
Did a lot of weird shit.
Wale made that fashionable and cool. Once people saw that people was cool with it, when Rick Ross and Wale and Meek and all them was there, but
it's a DC style.
Yeah.
No. That was cap. I'm like, nigga, I was rocking phone passes 20 years before you even heard of, nigga. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you might have, but I'm talking about he made that worldwide acceptable. That's what I'm saying. He was making it fashionable in the business.
That before. We was doing that way before. Like, I was like, what the fuck is Wale talking about? I remember when he said that dumb shit. They started the phone. DC started the phone pause shit. I'm like, no, the fuck you did.
That's a conversation I can't get into. That's
now one thing DC did start is the geeky girl shit. Like when the sexy girls dress up like nerds and shit.
Right.
With the nerd glasses, like they started that. But the phone pause shit, no, stop it. Because Harlem, when they did it, they did the phone pauses with the designer jeans and the Coogee sweatshirts in 2011. With the Coogee sweat, because when Coogee came back, like they had their little run for a little bit for like 2 years or 3, with the designer jeans, designer belt, and then the phone pauses and shit. So I was like, what is Wale talking about? That shit had me confused than before.
And all I know is he got that the DC is claiming.
And Kanye do it better than you, nigga. Kanye really a trendsetter.
That's what I said. Kanye was the first. Kanye is a chameleon. If something's hot, he gonna want a piece of it. And he started doing Wale. And I was like, man, damn, he doing Wale. Then he was working with Trav and got Trav doing Wale. And I'm like, well, damn, they just doing Wale over here. Wale, I'm like, he can't get his album out.
Wale, he a backpack nigga, and a lot of niggas was like, there's only the main people that, because I remember when Meek explained this on the radio, I'm the street nigga, Ross the hustler, and Wale is a school nigga. Like, I remember when he said that shit.
Yep.
Because Wale would just say some of the most absurd college geeky shit I ever heard. Like, I will never forget.
That's why. And what is Trav? Trav is the same way. Skateboard, book bag,
but Trav
nerd.
got swag to him though. That's the thing. It's like he has swag to him.
He got swag
that's
too.
That's the difference between him and Wale.
See, I see what LB is saying about the
I'm not Travis Scott.
Rap
if
college.
I can get my damn hands on him.
I don't know. I think he be saying some way more hitting on some other shit we be talking about in those songs. So where I used to have that same type of like, man, he got the other, he got many ranges.
Though I just remember.
Then I listened to him and I was like, damn, you talking some shit.
I just remember. I'll never forget when that nigga photobomb Meek's interview in like 2011. This was like when MMG first formed and shit. And they was trying to talk to Meek and shit or whatever. And I think Wale was drunk or something. But he came over there talking about something, I want to fuck Oprah and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Meek just stood there, like, they was like freeze framing it and shit. Like, he had this look on his face, like he was irritated or some shit.
He
and then
probably
you just
was.
slowly see him creep to the background. Like he just and then he just let him have the interview. That shit they put that shit on World Star. That shit had me fucking
right, because he'd be like, man, don't say nothing like that in my interview, man.
Like that nigga was just saying dumb shit. I was like, what is he talking about?
I be understanding what LB be talking about when he was talking earlier about like him being emotional. Getting into that.
Oh, he a light-skinned, dark-skinned nigga.
But it's funny. But you know what's so funny? When he be making those type of songs, I be actually like, vibing with it, like okay, because other people do that type of style, can't do it well, but Wale, he got a lot of ranges where he can work with pretty much any type of artist.
Yeah, he
If I
can.
want to hear a love song, I'll go to Fab because Fab.
Like I even like the singers he worked with. Like he don't really work with like
That
the
Smile
typical
album
ones.
he did, the album I think it's called Smile or something. That was Astro World. I was like, dog, this is Astro World, really?
I didn't like that at all.
I didn't like that album.
Smile.
I did not like that album,
Yeah.
but that was
I didn't listen to Astro like that
Astro
except for the
World.
one song, Sicko Mode. That was my
you said that Wale album was what, Cena?
I said I didn't like that album, but that was the album that was like the blueprint to Astro World.
But I remember when Travis first came out at like 2014.
Go if you listen to that whole Smile album again, listen to that, and then you listen to Astro World, you gonna go, damn.
He had the song. I remember that song Travis Scott when he had with 2 Chainz and Future. T.I. and 2 Chainz called Upper Awesome on it. He wasn't kind of like rapping like he is now. He had like a different flow. Then he had a second song on Trav mixtape, like Trav, the one that be beefing with 50. That Trav. He had a song with Travis Scott and Meek Mill. That song was dope. And then after that, he just blew the fuck up and just went like a whole direction with Nike and all that shit. And that shit was crazy. Like that nigga blow up is different.
Yeah.
Like I'll give him that. Like I'll definitely give him that. He's like a different face. Like,
yeah, he got his own lane where that type of music works for
the merch.
The masses.
The merchandise definitely carries that nigga a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
that's where that bank come in at. Yeah,
that's like the main thing with his merchandise.
But I mean, damn, Sicko World, man. I mean, Sicko Mode took that. That song was out for a year. I'm like, man, that song was in rotation for a whole year.
I'm like, this song kind of weak. But then when the beat changed, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Out
that was a heavy rotation.
Like a light.
Yeah, then it was crazy because Drake was talking about Kanye and going directions to Kanye crib. That was crazy. Make a left. Make a right.
Everybody was doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, then you look at the map, you see Drake crib.
Make a right.
Yep. Yeah. You make a right. And you just go straight down the street and you'll be right at Kanye house. I'm like, damn. he was damn. I was like, that's crazy because he telling the truth. From Kanye house is just literally right down the street and around the corner.
They all live in Calabasas and shit. Well, at the time before Drake.
Drake speaking of Drake, I think didn't he just get into the what is it, the artist of the decade or something like that, or something like that. He won.
Yeah.
I was like, that's definitely for sure. I was like, there's no problem with me with that. I was like, I think they were talking about like when they was basically promoting it and basically trying to give him an award. They were saying like he sold the most records and that. I was like, did he? Because I was thinking about Kanye West. I was like, I wonder if Kanye is up there in those numbers. But I was like, yeah, definitely for the decade, for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, though.
That made me think. I was like, man.
Nobody has held down the top spot for that long, ever.
I'm
like, personally, I would put Ye over Drake. Personally,
Ye has never held a top spot down like that for no 10 years.
I always thought that. See, like, I'm more. I couldn't stand Drake before, but now I'm just more like I just go on a song by song, case by case basis with him now. Like for some reason, I just had this strange reason why. I don't know why, but I like Tootsie Slide. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
I don't know, but I did like the other one he did.
I think the pandemic got me like in the house so long, I was ready to like bust a move, nigga. I was ready to bust a move.
When he did Tootsie Slide, I said,
I do like. I think what
you was doing on your socks. You said.
I think what drew me to that song was the video, because I like the mansion, like him walking around the house and shit.
Man,
but
see,
I watched that video for 10 seconds.
Fake Love.
I said, what the hell? Oh, Fake Love is my jam. But what I heard...
Yeah, I like that. See, LB, I don't think LB liked that one.
Fake Love Fake Love is a hit.
Yeah, that was
Hotline Bling. I hate it.
You said...
Hotline Bling is better than Tootsie Slide.
Yeah, definitely. But see, you ain't like
You
Fake
put your
Love.
left
ridiculous.
foot in, right? I'm like, what is he doing? The hokey pokey? He just
To the left
remixed the
foot
hokey
in,
pokey.
right foot slide.
See, did you like the Fake Love though that he did when he came out with that?
Fake Love is a
Fake
hit.
Love.
That's a monster hit.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I'm
well.
like, I was telling LB and because I remember I came back. I was like, man, you know what song we forgot to mention? Fake Love. That was a huge record that people don't really that people seem to forget when he came out with that. Because that was like
I mean, I
that
didn't
was pretty much
forget
promoting the
because a lot
album.
of people that say to my face, like I remember. It's
Because he
just,
didn't have a video to that song, and that song was huge in the clubs. It was like
yeah,
basically
I
playing like
Dude, the
definitely
Fake Love
remember.
get
I'm like,
played
oh
every.
god.
I heard it probably 3 or 4 days ago. Just heard that song. My mom had to
that
listen
is,
to
and
it. She's in the car and it was
that's an
on.
example of Drake's talent. Like he can make those type of songs
Now there was
turn it into
one
like.
song. Now there was one song where I just wanted to like break my fucking radio, dog. The Kiki,
You talking about Drake?
dog. The Kiki shit.
Oh, the
Nah,
If y'all
Kiki.
hear this
to
shit
me,
one more time,
Kiki,
we played
are
that
you
shit to
riding?
like.
what the hell was that? What the hell is that Kanye West and him song? That song was just not it.
I hate that.
You remember that? Y'all remember that Kanye West and Drake song? The Light? I was like, yeah, I think Kanye West might have did that or whoever, but I was like, yeah, they totally missed on this one.
The what?
And that was remember the Drake and Kanye West song that they had? It was like on the B-sides of the I think it was on More Life. I think it was on that album.
Oh, the More Life?
And
I
it was
don't
like,
even remember that song, The
The
Light.
main song that everybody go to on the More Life album was the Fake Love
I don't remember
shit,
how
Yep.
it goes.
and that one song he had with the European nigga. the
I remember,
UK.
no, Passion Fruit, baby. Dun,
Oh
dun,
yeah,
Yeah,
dun,
Passion
dun.
Fruit, and the other song with the I think it's called like SKT or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Batman, da 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 da.
Nah,
That shit.
you forgetting, man. Isn't that the same album that got Free Smoke?
Yeah, Free Smoke did, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's the
Free
opening
Smoke.
song. You know,
Yeah.
But
Drake
out of all
always
the
set it off
songs-
on
out
the
of all
opening
Out
track.
of all the songs, I like the Jennifer Lopez sound.
Oh,
That
Yeah, which
okay.
one is that?
you
'Cause I-
have my love and I
Mhm.
gave you some of it, would you come for me? I was like, this song kind of dope.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
tight.
it was cool.
I'm mad. I'm shocked they didn't.
It
put the
was better
21
than
Savage
Views.
song on.
Views the one that let me down. That was the only album he made that really let me down was Views.
But this is the thing, though.
I didn't think it
Views
was-
has so much mixed opinions. It's like, but then like it. I think that album sat on people and they liked it more because of the song with Future on it.
Man.
I feel like I want a Grammy.
Man.
Like that was the shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember
was
that.
the
Feel like I
song.
want a Grammy. Feel like I want a Grammy. I'm like, yep, that
And
song's on
I
there.
forget Drake.
Western
Drake used to have that.
He made that shit.
Yeah, Western Road Flows. And it
That's my
had some
shit.
songs early on, then it just died off, man. It was just some songs that just really missed.
You know what? The album, I didn't like the way it began either. But I haven't revisited that album in a while. But yeah, the way it started off, I was like, what the hell? It seemed like he was trying to do some Kanye West Yeezy.
No, it was just a collect. What happened was he was working on the album. He got caught up in the Meek thing, and then he became this like whole nother rapper. Now he's this the
Yeah,
Drake,
'cause
the hard rapper now. So now he hard
Yeah, 'cause he
rapping
was 0
Drake.
to 100.
Yeah, you
And
know,
all
I
that.
mean, no, 0 to 100. Yeah, that was the whole next, the wave and all that. But he was 0 to 100.
No,
But he,
I thought that was-
no, that was
song
before.
first
That was
came on.
before. Yeah, that was before that. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
And speaking of that, what didn't
Right,
that
that was
If the
before
Remix
that.
Is too late. Didn't that come before the album too?
but I'm just saying he became this diss rapper now. You know what I'm saying? After he dropped
Yeah.
back to back.
Now,
Now,
0 to 100 came out in 2014.
Right, that's
that
what I'm
summer.
saying.
It was the same summer where 50 had jumped, like got his people to jump Slow Bucks
yeah,
on
Slow
stage.
Bucks got it.
Then
When Bucks got it
Drake
bad.
performed 0 to 100 on that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
So
this
that
song
was
is
before
everything,
that. But
shit.
I'm just saying, after that, Drake became like the songs changed. That's why he was trying to go back, and people was like, man, where's the Drake? Who is he riding on Meek? Everybody was listening to Views to hear him try to get back at Meek and throw shots back. And they was like, man, Charged Up and all that song is That's all they was waiting for. So when Views came out, they whole thing was warped. But the thing is, it took them so long to make Views. You know how you be working on something and you in a energy mode and your vibe is and you making all these records, then your energy change and you go back to try to make the songs that you already got and his energy was off. And I said, this don't even sound like an album. This sound like just a collection of singles.
That's all it was.
Yeah, and it was just, and that's why More Life, he just did it that way.
More Life was the same way.
Yeah, More Life was it, but he let you know this is what it was. He was like, I ain't making no album. This is just a collection of songs.
The album, the last album that he had was the one with him with his head in the sky and shit. The one that had Pound Cake and shit on there.
I mean, no, that was his last. Favorite. That was his last one. That was great. Yeah, with that Tuscan leather. Tuscan leather.
I would probably say if you're reading It's Just Too Late, it's probably up there too.
Yeah, that's a great album. I love that. That's the one that got 0 to 100 and all that. Even the song that everybody liked, the one with Quentin Miller helped write.
What, the Running Through the Six with My Wolves?
Yep, Running Through the Six. That song, man, that he wrote on there, that was a hit.
That was the best song on there.
No, I liked what was that?
That and
Oh, you gotta love it.
It was that and what's it called? Wu-Tang? I think it's called Wu-Tang.
I hate that Wu-Tang Forever. I hate that Wu-Tang Forever track, man.
Nigga, everybody. No, that was I don't think that was. If you reading this too late, I think that was on the other.
No, that's the one with his head's in the clouds. He did that Wu-Tang Forever on that one.
I was like, when you call it Wu-Tang Forever, I wasn't expecting to hear that shit.
Yeah, he wanted. See, the thing is, they wanted to do the remix with Wu-Tang, and that's what Wu-Tang said. Man, we messed up. We should have did that record. Wu-Tang, all of them hated that record.
0 to 100 sounded like Wu-Tang. That was a straight up Wu-Tang beat. I was like...
Yeah, Wu was like, man, that song whack. We ain't getting on that record. Instead of just embracing it and going, wait a minute. This could really get us to a younger audience, and get some of the younger people into Wu-Tang.
But a lot of the old school niggas felt about Drake like DMX was like probably the only nigga that said how he felt.
Right, and no, it's a lot of that's the thing. He wasn't the only one. A lot of people felt like that and was saying that. And they didn't want to work with Drake. Like, they thought he was like this gimmick or just like, oh, man, this dude, because he ain't from New York.
I thought that nigga was a plant. I'm like,
he ain't from New York, and he gets penalized for that because he's the only one that's like, he's not from here. He's from Canada, so they can just dump on him. Like, oh, dog, he ain't got nobody here. Like.
And then you came from Degrassi too,
right? So you ain't got no set, So that's why I'm rolling with the 6 in Toronto.
That record. I hated that record, and I hated the Successful because I was like, this is windshield wiping.
Yeah, Successful was not.
You got the windshield wipers on.
Look, when he came out with the Forever, I said, okay, now you got my attention.
Yeah, that was the record. When that beat came on,
I don't know what niggas talk about Eminem, man. Look,
when that beat dropped was Forever.
Everybody's verses killed that nigga.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm doing me.
You said kill Drake?
Destroyed that nigga. Wayne, Kanye, Eminem, like all the niggas.
Oh yeah, on the Forever. Yeah. But man, when he came out with Over, when Over was the single, man, Over was a hit. I knew it because they didn't know what was gonna be the Drake single. They was like, man.
Oh yeah, Over.
Yeah, because that's what Drake's career almost didn't. It almost didn't pop because Best I Ever Had was the #1 song in the world and didn't have a barcode. They had to get that out quick because people was making money off that on mixtapes, and he was like, "Well, hold on, man, we gotta. This thing doing better than what we thought. This was just a throwaway song. The Best I Ever Had. It was just like a fun song."
That record is ridiculous. I'm like, this
LP don't like nothing.
Hey, to speak back on though, you were speaking about the 2016, the views, and you were saying he took too long. You don't think he was like working a lot? Because you remember in 2015, I think he came out with the Future and the Metro Boomin. They had that little tape they had, and then he had the
Yeah,
If
that's
You're
what I'm
Reading
saying.
It's Too Late. He
It
was
took
on
too
a run. He
long
was
for
probably
views because he told every. See, that's the thing. When you tell somebody, like, it's just like 50 when he's talking about BMF. Like, yo, the BMF series, that was like 2015, 16. That's almost
Yeah,
it's
that's
almost like
wild.
4 or 5 years ago. You know, like, yo, I just got the thing for BMF. It's coming. Everybody like, oh, BMF coming. When we getting BMF? Man, out the power with BMF. Now he's still, we still waiting on the BMF. They getting everything done. But now, it's full speed ahead with power. But everybody's like, man, what's going on with BMF? So yeah, but he got what's his name in there, Lil Zane, playing somebody in there. And they was like, Lil Zane finna shine. I'm like, all right, we'll see.
Lil Zane. They
Yeah,
bringing that nigga back from the grave.
yeah, Lil Zane is in the movie. I mean, he's in the BMF series. I don't know who character he playing or nothing.
That nigga gonna play Blue Da Vinci.
But I do like 50. He has a skill for that. For
Yeah.
like similar to like all the others, like knowing talent and just giving them the chance, the opportunity, like people we don't even be like,
I
man.
felt that way. Like, yeah, to a degree. There was
Yeah.
one time I wanted to like slap the fire out of him for that Pop Smoke album.
Oh,
Like the first, like before, not the deluxe. The deluxe edition was phenomenal, but like the original album. So he had songs on there, but then the people that he'll have the features on there, I was like, this shit don't fucking match. What are you doing? I remember niggas from New York was so mad. I remember niggas was like going on rants on YouTube. I want to slap this nigga 50, dog. I want to slap this nigga, dog.
But now that's why 50 ain't he ain't a part of the new one.
Somebody made that meme. 50 picks his artists like he picked his outfits. That shit had me fucking dying.
Hey, you know that he ain't he's not doing that the other album that's coming out with Pop Smoke. He not doing it. 15, he ain't producing it. He ain't got no tracks on it, nothing. Somebody else is doing it.
Some niggas felt the way about him being on that one song that Pop Smoke had with Roddy Ricch and 50, the Woo shit. So, she wanna fuck with the Woo.
My brother's name Woo.
Jump on there, niggas got tight.
It hit different. My brother love that song because that's his name.
Yeah.
So he yeah.
Cause before that, it was like Meek was my guy for like a whole decade till Pop came out. Cause Pop reminded me of like me and my niggas. Like, so I fucked with Pop Smoke just off of that.
Oh yeah, you said you had Meek in your top 5 that you fuck with from the generation of the 09.
From the generation,
Oh,
Meek is my Meek was my favorite rapper of this decade. And then I'll probably put Pop Smoke. Then I will put No. I will put Meek, Chink's Drugs.
I thought you was about to say Chingy, bro.
Man, I'm surprised you ain't got Max B in there. I'm surprised you ain't put Max B in there.
Max B was before 2010. Max B was 2008, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8.
That man invented the wavy flow.
I'm not gonna count Stack Bundles either, because Stack Bundles died in 2007. Chink's Drugs had a run. Meek had a run. Vado was my nigga, but Vado.
Surprised you ain't say French Montana.
French Montana was before this. French Montana came out like 07, 08.
See,
if you watch Cocaine City and all that.
Yeah.
I probably got like
I like French Montana. I don't see it's the cool thing to hate on French Montana for whatever reason.
Those friends don't rap.
If you wanna get that good look or whatever, that's the thing. That's why I like when Fabio Foreign did that shit. When this nigga just went on a complete rant on French Montana because his mans was like doing some, because French Montana was putting his mans on Swipey. I was like, what are you doing? Like, you look like a hater right now. And I was like, come on, Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio
But
was tripping.
he was high off a perk, so that nigga wasn't in his right mind. So they like made up and shit.
No, he talked to Nas, and Nas told him, "You tripping."
Yeah,
go,
like
go make up with that
like
nigga right now.
I kept saying like they need to talk on the phone, like him and French, because it was so. Cause I just didn't understand like him and Slight, like that was like that, like you don't want your niggas shining through French, cause that's a fact song was fucking nuts. I wish that shit dropped when it wasn't no pandemic, cause that shit would have banged in the fucking club.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Shit had niggas spinning and shit. Like, I was like, this shit lit. But I just don't understand like the whole French Montana hate. I don't get it.
Cause
Like,
he don't rap.
Yeah,
He's just
that's
a
what
wavy
it
dude.
be.
He don't really
I
rap
don't
at all.
really.
French Montana got some dope ass mixtapes. He got the Casino Life. He got the Mac and Cheese series.
Yeah, back then, but
The
he
French
wasn't writing.
Montana and Max B shit. The
Yeah,
Cocaine City DVDs. Like,
The
yeah.
other thing with me is I don't really like